Hi everybody, welcome to Mukilteo, Washington. Sun's just now going down. We don't see the sun, but these clouds are just now lighting up because as the sun goes down, it's catching the underbelly of these clouds, which is just magnificent. I can't see your comments just yet. I got to log in on my iPad so I can see comments. A little bit behind the game, I was doing a time lapse. So pardon me, but I'll be hopefully with you very soon with the comments. And here we go. Now I got you on my iPad. Hey Bradley, nice to see you, buddy. I got to say hi to iBradX360 and GabeX360 if he's also watching, and Triple Tall. Let's enjoy the sunset together. That light may not last very long. Thank you, Susan. Isn't it a nice evening? So I've hung out here. I did a Periscope broadcast just over an hour ago, I would say. We wrapped up. It was a lengthy one, and I've sat here in the cemetery on the bluff, which is more like a very finely cared for park, really. And the view has been beautiful. And I have not given in to the temptations to call it a night, to go use the restroom. I've hung in there, knowing that we might get a nice moment with sunset. So here we are. Hi from Gabriel. Right on, Gabriel. Let's see if I can bring in a video I was shooting. In fact, I think I can. Indeed, I can. Real quickly, I want to show you, see if this time lapse plays. This is what I was doing right before I went live. I shot this over the course of just over 10 minutes, so let's see how well it does. So there's our time lapse. Hey, Christian, nice to see you. So there is the time lapse. Whoa, we go to black. Anyhow, let's see if I come over this side, you can see me. So anyhow, did a Periscope broadcast. It was a long one, and the gray skies were hanging here, but I saw the potential for that moment where the sun just might catch the underbelly of these clouds. So that's what we were going for here. And where are we? If you're not familiar with the area, we are, there it is in the top right corner of your screen, Mukilteo, Washington, which is located about 30 miles north of Seattle. So just like that, for the moment anyway, the clouds, let's go back to a live picture straight out of this camera, the iPhone 7 Plus, and we'll zoom it out a little bit. And you know what's really nice, you guys? If we look off to the right, you can see some color in the sky up there toward the north end of Whidbey Island and Hat Island and Camano Island. So if you live up in that area, you might be catching some real nice color in the sky as well. You guys, just to give you an idea of what's in this area, if you're not familiar with it, this is what it can look like here at the lighthouse. This shot a couple of weeks ago. And I can show you a bit more. That's actually some video there. But what I want to do right now is I want to give you a live look at the ferry as it leaves Mukilteo at this moment. So if you look just to the trees there to the right, and let's zoom in, some nice color softly appearing like a peach there in the sky. And the ferry, oh, you know what the ferry's doing, you guys? Because of the winds and the currents, rather than shooting straight out, it's going to bend out a little bit more to the north, I think, so away from us. But there it is. And you know what? If I change this shot just a little bit, look for the blinking light to the right of the main part of the green tree there. And that blinking light is the Mukilteo Lighthouse. And there we go. Now you can see the lighthouse just through the trees every 3 seconds. Blink, there it is. And the ferry heading out towards Clinton, which is on Whidbey Island. And the ferry that's over there right now is going to head this way. Can you see the ferry over there on Whidbey Island just now apparently leaving? Yeah, it is. It's just leaving dock there. This is the way it plays out over and over again. And what I wanted to do, guys, is we're just taking a few quick looks at that lighthouse. I always like to share. Oh, by the way, Ron, chance encounter with Ron on the beach here last night, who I follow, and he follows me on Twitter. He does a lot of time lapses. In fact, Ron, you're the guy who kind of inspired me to do a time lapse on my phone while I was killing time here. That's why I did that very quickly. But this is what it could look like out here as well. That's a shot from here in Mukilteo. What was that, a couple of weeks ago or so? And you just never know what the evening is going to offer. So Susan is here. Wonderful. Lavender Debs. Debs, you dumped Twitter, no more Periscope. Wow. Is that right? I had no idea. Christian saying hi there to Bradley. Right on. And Bradley saying hello to Christian. Do I live near here, Susan? Yeah, I live, I live not far from here. I want to show you what it looks like inside the lighthouse, you guys. Here it is. This is inside the Mukilteo Lighthouse. It's a beautiful old lighthouse that dates back over 100 years. The guy who designed it, the architect, is from Europe, and he moved here, I believe, as a young man, actually in Oregon, and he designed he was the architect for many lighthouses here in Washington, Oregon, and even in Alaska. But most of them are here in Washington State. Carl Leik was his name. You love lighthouses? Well, I always have an excuse to play this video because this was shot last August. So we had the pink skies from the forest fires in British Columbia as well as other parts of Washington. But look at the little light that's in there in that old glass that dates back to the 1800s, I believe. And, but yet creating a light that can be seen for, you know, I think upwards of 10 miles or so, if I'm not mistaken. There's a good look at the light. By the way, if you are by chance interested in learning more about the Mukilteo Lighthouse, you certainly can. We'll put a website up here at the end of this video in just a moment, and you can see where you can do just that. And it is mukilteohistorical.org, so a great place to learn more about the Mukilteo Lighthouse. The Mukilteo Lighthouse is pretty much the jewel, if you will, of the Mukilteo waterfront. And there's Ivar's Fish and Chips, there's the dock, the ferry dock, of course, and some other local shops. Fun place to visit, and of course the beach. Let's take a look down at the beach right now. And what we'll do is we'll just turn the camera here. I haven't seen the California sea lions out here tonight, you guys. And there's hardly anybody here. You have a spectacular sunset in Richmond, British Columbia right now. Wonderful. Well, I believe it, because the potential is certainly there with these dramatic clouds. You get a lot of what we get. It's not always the same, but looking northwards, northwest, you can definitely see some color in the clouds that way. You know, Birch Bay, which is up near the Canadian border here in Washington State, just south of Blaine, I've seen some beautiful sunset pictures from that location as well. I think it was last year where there were just some stunning sunset pictures from that area. And so you can see that the two ferries now are like the proverbial two ships that pass in the night. And what I'm going to do is just change that shot up just a bit. The winds have actually died down a little bit. They usually pick up at sunset, but not so much at this moment. And with that, I think I'm going to wrap it up because we've lost our color, and it was a nice moment. I did get some shots right before going live with my DSLR. I shoot with a Canon 7D on the same tripod with which I am streaming using an app called Switcher Studio Pro. And earlier I had used this to use both my microphone, wireless microphone, and provide power, battery power, external battery power to the camera. But right now I've got that over on the other phone, which is my wife's iPhone 7, which she generously allowed me to use tonight. But let's show you what's going on out in the water as we close this up. Take a look at any more comments I may have missed. You had a wonderful sunrise. So Christian is in Australia, you guys. If you don't follow Sassy Photo, I highly recommend. There's a lot of raptor, a weekly raptor program on his YouTube channel, which is Sassy Photo, youtube.com, Sassy Photo. Hey, let's go ahead and show you the train. This looks like it's just an Amtrak that's going to pass quickly. This will be gone before you know it. And Christian's in Australia right now, where he also studies the night sky and is doing workshops for folks who've traveled there to learn at the Siding Spring Observatory. So, highly recommend. There we go. And with that, my friends, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Really appreciate it. Hope you have a good day or a good evening, wherever you might be. And certainly, we know that people are as close as Mukilteo and Snohomish, judging by who's watching, and as far away as Australia. So it's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching, you guys. Take care. Thanks, Lavender Deb. Good night, everybody.